Hello, the purpose of this video is to discuss the use of datum planes in elevations and sections, as well as filling in information on your title block. So datum planes are something that is typically seen in elevations and sections, and they typically are marking or establishing changes in elevation. So if there would be a change in elevation, then you would put a datum plane on your reference finished floor, and then you would put a datum plane on your second floor and another datum plane on your roof line. So let's do that. So datum plane could be fairly simple. If we go and open up Google and type in datum point on AutoCAD, it would fairly be um, a simple circle with a hatch pattern um, on a diagonal. So this is a datum point. So that can be fairly easily done on an AutoCAD uh, by putting in a circle, okay? And then it could be a very small circle, let's say 1/16. Okay. Oh, it's too small. Circle of 1/8 and assign as a pin. I think I made a mistake. Oh yeah, datum plane. And then with a line from the quadrant to the other quadrant, and another line to the quadrant again, to the other quadrant. Okay, and then we're just going to offset that 132 going this way, and then do an extension extending each of those lines out. Erase the circle, and then now you're ready to do a hatch. And I wanted a solid hatch, and I simply click this and that one, and that's your datum plane. And then you would put that somewhere here. Okay. Sometimes you would see that it's a little bit removed by by a little bit of distance. There's a gap like that, and that datum plane would establish your finished floor. Okay, so you can do it that way, and then you would label this with your finished floor. So let's just copy this. And you would have that there on this side, and sometimes you would have a longer line here, and that is a little bit removed, and then it would say here that this is your 0 0 um, 0.0, which is your fin period flr period. So that's your 0 0 finished floor. Let's just change it to left justification. There you go, and then move that again closer and extend the line. Okay, so you would have something like that, and then you just copy that from point to point, and then you would change the value, and you would say 14 feet 0 inch, and then you would say KFF or a period 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 and like that, or just AFF. Now the definition of AFF would be this defined in your cover sheet, but AFF stands for above finished floor. So finished floor is 0, 0, okay, and then 14 feet dash 0 inches above finished floor. So that means that this has a difference of 14 feet, okay. Sometimes this one is also set to a 0 feet dash 0 inch, like that. I've seen that way. I've seen it also then at 0, 0. Okay. And if this one is another 14 feet, then this would say 28 feet, 0 inch above finished floor. We would have something like that, right? So that's how easily you can do data markers, and you just copy that all across. Um, Now, let's try to create a block of this data markers and put that and put attributes on them. Let's create a block with attributes for these datums. So what you're going to do is you're going to start a new drawing, and then you're going to write a attribute, and an attribute is defined. An attribute is defined using the command dd at def. Okay. The tag is the name of the attribute, so we're going to call it FLR dash HEIGHT, floor height. An attribute is associated with a block, and when you use a block, it will ask you a question for the value of the attribute. So the question is enter floor height, and you can put a colon if you want to. And then what's the default value? You can put in 0, 0, 0. Okay. You can change justification. We're going to leave it at left. You can change the text style, and you can assign it a text height. So if we want it to be 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 is half of 0.25, which is 0.125. And then we're going to click OK, and then we can click anywhere, right? And then zoom in. Now we're going to draw the line for this attribute or this block. And we're going to draw also the circle for the data marker. And move that onto the line, and then move that 1/4 inch away. Oh, undo. Move that 1/8 inch away, and offset with another 8 inch, so that we can not an 8 but maybe a 16. There you go. So we can do a line quadrant to quadrant and quadrant to quadrant. We don't need the circle anymore, and we're going to simply hatch this and use the solid hatch. And then we're going to put it in a layer. We're going to create its own layer, and we're going to call it datum, and assign it a color red. Select everything, put it in datum, and then now we're going to convert this into a block. So what we're going to do is we're going to write block this datum marker. So we're going to do a W block. W block will create a file name. Okay, so this one, this is the file name and this is a folder. So I'm just going to click this one and then go to my files where I normally put my stuff. And then I'm going to call this datum marker and then click save. What are the objects? Well, I'm going to select them, all of these, press enter. And where's the insertion point or the base point? I'm going to click this and click at the very end over here. And then I think I'm done, so I'm going to click OK. You don't need to save this because you actually created a file name for this block called datum marker. We're going to use that now. We're going to go to our base elevation and let's put that here. So we're going to do an insert command and we're going to remember that one, there's a data marker that we created because this is one session of AutoCAD. So we're going to click that and then we're going to put that where we want it. It's going to ask us enter the floor height and then we're going to put in the 14 feet 0 inch above finished floor and then click OK. And there you have it. Okay. So if you want to click on this block and then put that there, and then you can put in finish FLR and click OK. There you have it. Okay. So these are created manually and these are created using a block. One more time. Click this and then click here and then type in 28 feet 0 inch above finished floor. Click OK. There you have it. We're simply going to move them away by about a 16th of an inch. Okay. And that's using a block with a attribute. Okay. Just copy this datum planes across my elevation over here. Now the reason why we created these datum planes with as a block with attributes is we want to use attributes when we're entering information on your title block. Okay, so let's start with that one. On here, we have to put a date. So let's do a layer first called EWG info or sheet info. And let's assign the color cyan for that one. Okay. And then we're going to create a sheet number here. So we're going to do a dd at def. And we're going to use sheet SHIET. And then I don't know if I can use a pound sign. And then enter sheet number. And then sheet 1. I want this to be big. So I want this to be 1 inch. Click OK. And then we're going to put that somewhere here. Okay, that's a sheet number. Oh, maybe that's too big. So I'm going to double click and edit this sheet number. Click this and edit this to about 3/4. Just do a 3/4 inch. There you go. And then we're going to also copy this sheet number and do another attribute on this side, and we're going to enter EDT and we're going to put in total sheets, and the prompt is enter total number of sheets, and the default is question mark, and we want it 3/4 inch scale. Click OK. Oh, can't put a space here, so total dash sheets. Click OK, and we're going to match this one with this one later. So let's just click it somewhere here, and let's just move it and type it insert. Can't find the attributes of insert, so let's just match. Justification is left, so we should match that with the this justification here, and let's just move that a little bit over here. There you go. Okay, it might be too confusing, but we're going to change it later. Over here, we're going to enter another attribute, so ddf, and we're gonna put in date and then enter date, and default is 00-00-0000, and we want this to be not 3/4 but maybe 1/8 inch. Click OK, and let's put that somewhere here. There you go. Okay. Another attribute, and then drawn dash by, drawn by, and question mark, and then just put in a random default name. So let's say CAD 1/8 inch. Okay, and then we're gonna put it over here. There you go. And then the job number again, dd@def, job dash number, enter job number, and default would be EDT dash 0320 dash 001, and then left and standard. Okay, and then click that again over here, and then AutoCAD. Oh, supposed to be job. Okay, and another dd@def, then AutoCAD number, and then prompt enter AutoCAD number, or and then by default 2023-001. Oh, we'll just do 000 dash 00 0, and then no, just 2 digits dash 00. There you go. 1/8 inch again. Click OK, and let's put that over here. Okay. So let's make this out of a block. So we're going to do a W block, And then the name, we're going to put it on the file where we put it in the data markers. And we're going to put in sheet dash info. Okay. And then we're going to click save. We're going to select the objects, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay. Enter. And then we're going to pick an insertion point, and we're going to pick this corner over here. Right? Everything is okay. I'm going to click OK. And we are now going to, let's move this. Let's just draw a line first. I'm going to draw a line in case I made a mistake. We're going to move all of these attributes somewhere outside the sheet. There you go. Now that I have an attribute that I created, I'm going to now insert that attribute, which is this one. It's already inserted here. I just click this one, and then put that on this corner, and it will ask me, well, what is the date again today or something. It's like I made a mistake. No. And do click that. I thought I made a mistake entering the point. So we're going to click point here. And then let's enter the date. So today is 02 20 2023, drawn by, and you can put in your initials, AM, and then enter job number, yeah, EDT 320002, or you can change whatever you want, and enter the AutoCAD number. So this is a 2023 project for the month of February, and this is our, let's say, first project. Enter the sheet number. Elevations are typically like A3 drawings, so we're just gonna put it uh, A3. Okay, and total number of sheets. Let's say we got 12 sheets. So this is sheet number A3, and total number of sheets is 12. Click OK, and that's how you're gonna look at it. Now, if you need to make adjustments, you need to redefine the block. Okay, this might be too big. This is going to be too big for us, so we're going to redefine the block. So we go to where we define the block. We're going to click the sheet number, and we're going to change justification to right. Okay, there you go. And then this one and that one, 3/4 is still too big, so I'm going to put in a half-inch. Half-inch is maybe too small, but let's just see. Okay, there you go. And then I'm going to again do a W block, and then we're going to select the objects. Nope, I don't want to include this line. Enter. We're going to pick the insertion point, which is at the end of this line, and we're going to name this the same name as we have before, sheet info, and then click save. It'll ask us, when you click OK, it'll ask us, hey, you want to replace it? Sure. There you go. It's now been replaced. And then we're going to click the block, and then click redefine, and then click it somewhere, and then answer everything okay. And oh, this one didn't define, so we're going to erase and put it again. So I always get thrown off because this one, if you don't click it properly, it looks like it's off, but it's not. So enter AutoCAD number. Oh, now it changed all the order, right? So because I selected from the bottom to the top, it changed it. Anyway, it's still the same thing. Enter AutoCAD number 2023-02-001. and then 32, that's the pin, this initial AM, and the enter date 02/20-2023. Enter total number of sheets. Looks like we're gonna end up with 12, and the sheet number is A3. And then click OK. Now we have to move that back further here. Okay, so it has some um, some getting used to. So we'll go to redefine the block again by moving this one a little bit closer, and do another W block, and then points here, and then select the object. See if this will change the order. Enter, and then the name, the same thing. Feed info. Click save. Click OK. Replace yes. Okay, and then we don't want this here again. So we're going to get the new one. Yes, we're going to redefine it. We're going to click here, and then we're going to put in the date. Now it's in order. Order 02 20 2023, drawn by AM, job number accept, and then AutoCAD number to 2023 dash 02 dash 001, sheet number A3, and then total number of sheets. Let's just say 12. Click OK. Looks like we're good. Okay. So, and if the number of sheets change, you can just double click and then change the number of sheets over here to, let's say it became 14, and put 14. And let's say the sheet number, it became A4, so simply change to A4 and then click OK, so that when you have a new title block, then you have the sheet numbers that's ready to go. Okay. You can also add the sheet title here with the block, or you can do it manually. So I'm just showing you how to do the sheet info using blocks. Okay. So let's save this first, and let's work on the last part of this video. We're going to create the sheet title, and the sheet title is really simple. We're going to do it manually. This sheet is all about elevations. If you have a section involved here or added here, you have to put in elevation and section, but we only have one. So simply just copy one of these and then put that where we want it. And then simply double click and change the value to elevations. Okay, and then move that, it's too far. And then the last thing is about the project title. Okay, revisions is used when you submit this to the building department, and the building department bubbled something or ask you to revise something. So you will track down the revision. You're going to put here number one, which is revision number one, and you're going to put in the date and what the revision is all about. Okay. Consultant is for the logo of the consultant. Okay. You have your logo as being the um, lead on this project, and then you're going to put here your stamp, and which we're going to do later, and then your consultant's logo will be here, or the name of their firm. Okay, so now for the project title must be very explicit. So if it's a residence, you're going to put residence or residential. If it's one story, you're going to put one story residential. Okay, if it's a renovation, you're going to put in one story residential renovation. All right. Now, if it's a commercial, then you're going to put in commercial or building. We don't typically use building for residences, so when you say building, it means commercial. So let's do that now. Okay. For this project, we will have to change the height, but we're going to just simply copy this first and change this to a center. Okay. Uh, Let's do a bottom center this time, and then move that bottom center somewhere, and then change the height. Would 1/4 be too big? Maybe, right? So anyway, let's do a 2-story, and you don't want small capital, or you want everything to be all capital. 2-story. Now I spell my story with a EY, and that's like an English version of story. It doesn't really matter. Okay, you can put 2-story, you can put in 2-story, and then copy the next one, copy for the next one. And I'm gonna turn my ortho here, 2-story, and I'm gonna put in cafe, and then copy again, and then building. Okay, I forgot the word new, so I'm gonna bring this down here, and I will copy this, then bring it up, and put in the word new. So we're explicit. This is a new building. It's a 2-story. It's cafe. So new 2-story cafe building. All right. And then you want to put in here the address. We're going to copy again using this one, CP. Change that to a bottom center, and then move that to wherever the bottom centers are, and then put in the address, 2635 34th Street. Copy again, and then change the value, Sacramento, California. We normally don't put zip codes, but if you want to put zip code, that's okay too. And then we also want to put here the parcel number, and I've already forgotten what the parcel number is, so let's do a parcel assessors, and then we're going to put the address. Okay, so we're going to put here 2635 34th Street 95817. There you go. I know it's putting in this address, but the parcel number is this one. Okay, so we're simply going to copy this parcel number. And the parcel number is 3 digits, 4 digits, 3 digits. Okay, so 3 digits, 4 digits, 3 digits. So we're just going to copy this whole thing, but you can copy the whole. Control C and go back to your AutoCAD, and we're going to copy this down. Double click and change the value by Control V, and then put in dashes here. Oh, yeah, 018 and then 000. There you go. Okay. If you want to put in the zip code, I believe it's 95817. So we put that again and bring it down. Double click 95817, I believe. Okay. And sometimes they want to put in some line here. Okay. And then we put everything in one layer. Let's just choose layer pen 3. There you go. Again, these are true type fonts, so they're not affected by line types really. Only AutoCAD's own font is affected by it. So very explicit. This is a new 2-story cafe building at 2635 34th Street, Sacramento, California 95817, and the parcel number is 01003 018. Okay, and then that's basically it. We are going to simply copy this as a block. You can block it right now, and so you can just insert it. But when we get to a new sheets, we're gonna just copy this as a block and put that there. And we already have a block where we can put in the sheet information and inserting it on this corner for new drawings that we're going to create. Okay, so that ends the discussion and tutorials for creating a preliminary elevation in AutoCAD with title block, and you will need all of this information for your next assignment. Okay.